Then for scenario 2, income inequality and policy making. As context, governments measures wealth distribution to design fair economic policies and aid programs. So as actual scenario, a country analyzes household incomes in two regions. So we have X and Y regions. So for X, most households earn between $50,000 and $55,000 per year, while Y region, some households earn $20,000 while others make $100,000. So the government calculates the variance and interquartile range for both regions. Region Y has a higher variance indicating greater income inequality. Policymakers then introduce tax reforms, social assistance programs, or minimum wage adjustments to address economic disparity. Then for the third scenario, inflation rate stability. As context, inflation affects purchasing power, so central banks track price fluctuations to stabilize economies. So as actual scenario, a central bank monitors monthly inflation rates over a year. So country A and country B, for A, inflation fluctuates between 2% and 3% per month, while B, inflation jumps unpredictably between 1% and 8%. So country B has a higher standard deviation, showing economic instability, making it harder for businesses and consumers to plan for expenses. The government may step in with which interest rate adjustments or policies to control inflation volatility. So in each case, as takeaways, so measures of dispersion provide crucial insights, shaping decisions in investment, economic policy, and financial planning. So importance in industries, so finance and investments, it helps assess risk in stock prices and returns. Manufacturing ensures consistent quality control in production. Healthcare analyzes variability in patient symptoms or treatment effectiveness. For the marketing, understands customer behavior differences across demographics. Education evaluates performance gaps among students. By analyzing dispersion, industries can make data-driven decisions. It minimizes errors and optimizes efficiency. So what's next? So in our next discussion, we will be discussing about cross-tabular report or cross-tab report. So as overview, a cross-tabulation report or cross-tab report is a table that displays the relationship between two or more variables by organizing data into rows and columns. So it is a table that shows the relationship between two or more categorical variables by displaying the frequency or count of data points at the intersection of those variables. So in simple terms, it helps answer how often do combinations of categories occur together. So why it is useful in data analytics. So it finds patterns or correlations between variables. It segments data for deeper insight. It supports decision making in marketing, sales, HR, among others. It uses tools like Excel, in particular pivot tables, SPSS, and other business intelligence tools like Power BI or Tableau. A cross-tabulation report is a compact summary that shows how categories relate, helping analysts, data scientists uncover patterns and relationships in the data. So it helps identify patterns or meanings, trends, or correlations within data sets. So as additional learning concepts and detailed topics, here are the list of references you can visit and browse. So measures of dispersion, how to find frequency in statistics, as well as crosstabs by IBM documentation. So again, we have reviews on descriptive analytics as well. So once again, thank you very much. See you again next time. Have a great day ahead. Bye-bye.